gather our dupes quickly first into some mass mayhem. Please excuse the death. It's fine. G'day mate, welcome back to Oxygen Not Included for possibly a shorter episode because it's going to be a little bit special. This is cycle 1000. Yes, we've been doing this for 1,000 cycles or 133 hours of this particular playthrough of Oxygen Not Included. So, let's go down the list. In the entries database, it should normally pop up, but I've already received this one once. It's one of those things you only get once. You actually get a pop-up for cycle 1000. Today, my colony has officially been running for 1000 consecutive cycles. I consider this a major success. Just imagine how proud our home would be if they could see us now. I'm assuming you guys playing at home have already read cycle 1, cycle 3, and cycle 15. I'm not going to ruin cycle 1500 for you. That's one you're going to either have to wait for later on in this series for us to get to, or go get to cycle 1500 for yourself. We are going to bring in a new blueprint, or a new duplicate. This one's going to be a little bit special. So, a long time ago, we had a special duplicate with us. Well, a long time ago, in a graveyard far, far away, we had Deadly Kitten. Now, Deadly Kitten served us well. Deadly Kitten did a whole bunch of research, really progressed the state of the colony, and Deadly Kitten unfortunately got to watch their own demise in one of the episodes. So we're going to bring them back. Now, Deadly Kittens gave me four names that they'd like to have for their replacement. They gave me Mr. Mustache, no. Vinny Q, no. Gunderson, no. And the Homicidal Maniac. And I gotta say, as a replacement duplicate, the Homicidal Maniac is definitely the one we're gonna go for. Now, I'd really wish I could get somebody who was really good at, like, you know, killing things or something like that. Unfortunately, the printing press did not agree. So we're gonna go with the Homicidal Maniac over here. Nope, not that one. That one. This is gonna be the Homicidal Maniac, mainly because they're a mouth breather. And I figure every Homicidal Maniac is probably a mouth breather, so we're just going to go with that one. And we're going to click print. So, welcome to the base, the Homicidal Maniac, Deadly Kitten's replacement duplicate, and I do hope you serve the base as well as your original master did. Now, with that out of the way, this episode is going to be a little bit different. First off, I want to do a 21 pip salute. And the way we're going to do that is I have 21 pips down here caged up because... why not? And we're going to salute every single one of them. So we're going to gather up our duplicates first, hopefully with an offering. There's nothing in there to offer. Oh, look, here. We found an offering. So we're going to, like, just gather our dupes quickly first into some mass mayhem. Please excuse the death. It's fine. Don't watch. Yeah, don't watch at home. And then after they're done, before they run off in all sorts of different directions, we're gonna have our 21 pip salute. Preferably before some of these guys drown, because yeah, it's a little bit wet on this base. Like, there's pips for everybody. Come join the party. Everybody can have their own pip. Okay, so we're doing a bit of a mass gang up at this end. Yeah. 21 pip salute. Okay, so the last thing I want to get done this episode is I want to do something a little bit unique and a little bit different. We have a volcano over here. Now, I had timed things fairly well, so this would actually erupt in about 3 cycles, but because the Meep's recreational pack was released, and that forced an update on the game, because there was an update on the game, it turns out most of your volcanoes actually reset their cycles. So it's now dormant for another... next activity, 41 cycles rather than 7 cycles. So I've come in here, I've prepped, I've cleaned up a little bit, and we want to put in a couple of blocks like that. I want to give all duplicates access, because I didn't do that. Battery 1 can even have access to. And what we're actually going to do is we're going to pump. Yeah, you heard me right. We're going to pump magma out of this volcano, which I'm going to have to bring in via debug mode. I apologize. It's not something I want to wait 40 cycles to do. We're going to pump magma from here right the way across the map. Let's go to the plumbing overlay. Put in that bridge that I forgot. But we're going to pump magma from here in insulated pipe all the way across. I'm going to kick it out in this volcano. Purely because we can. That's literally the only reasoning I have. Because I can. So this is going to be the plan for this episode. Try and get some magma printed out of... sucked in with a pump. And we're using a mini pump. A mini liquid pump. With an overheat temperature of 75 degrees. And I can't make it out of any other material, so it doesn't overheat nearly as well. And with that, we're going to pump out magma, which is 1700 degrees. Because we can. Like I said, because we can. That is the exact reason we're doing this. Because we can. Fleeing. Yeah, I really hope somebody rescues you. Because, like, you could just walk in like a normal duplicate through the door. Nope, everybody's running past you. But this is the joys of this base. There is a chance, if you want to have food, you need to come in here past the wild poke shells that may or may not be pissed off at the time. And then come up here to get your fried mushroom. To then eat your fried mushroom. To wash your hands on the way out, because that's important. Even if you aren't dying at the time. Can we get you... No, we need to stop and give people thumbs up. Just wondering, can you actually get to a medical bay? Yeah. We're just going to dump you on the ground right there. Okay, so where are we up to? That's done, that's done. We need to bring in here... I want to bring some petroleum. Priority 9, auto bottle. And I'm even going to turn that on a now priority. Because I want some dupe to come do this right this second. We're going to put some petroleum in this tile. And then seal it in, obviously, because I don't want magma obviously accidentally falling on top of my petroleum. And then I'm going to debug in some magma. Okay, deconstruct Pro 9. Oh, look, it's already going. So we have our pump already running, and as you can see, it's sucking up a whole lot of nothing. Because what I've actually done is I've tricked the pump. It reads off this square, and it reads the 4, it reads... Yeah, let's do this again. Let's do a mini pump right there, and a full pump right there. So, off the full pump, it reads the bottom left tile. Is that right? The bottom left tile, and it reads right 1, down 1, down 1. Yeah, so it reads these tiles. So from here, it reads the bottom, and it reads this tile, this tile, this tile, and this tile. In this orientation, it's this tile, this tile, this tile, this tile. These are the 4 tiles it's looking for liquid. It's obviously found liquid. Because it's found liquid, it's now trying to pump that liquid, even though it can't actually pump that liquid because it's behind a couple of insulated tiles. Which now means when we go over here, we sample some magma. And I've already done the maths on this volcano. So this volcano pumps 1.17 kilograms per second over 86 seconds, which is 162 kilograms of magma each time it erupts. And we're just going to paint that up there. And we're going to have to paint in a number of eruptions. Like a number of eruptions. Like quite a few eruptions. Like even more eruptions. Like this is a long-term project we have going on here. That's an autosave. That could be bad. I could end up pasting magma anywhere on the map. If things suddenly blow up, it wasn't my fault. Paint in more magma, more magma. I gotta fill up this whole chamber full of magma. Come on, game. Oh, there we go. There we go. Oh! There we go. We're pumping out magma. Now, of course, magma turns into igneous rock at 1400 degrees Celsius. So, before I do anything else, let's just sample that. Let's paint in 1600 kilograms worth. Cool. That gives the pump something to do in the meantime, and we're going to watch this go. So, what do we say? It changes at 1409 degrees Celsius. So 1410. We'll get rid of that for just a moment. It's dropping in temperature. Now these are ceramic pipes, don't forget. These are the most insulated pipes I have. And as you can see, they're slowly going up in temperature, not by a whole lot, because they're doing a good job of insulating the material that's in there. By the same token, that material is rapidly dropping in in heat. Yep, across the 21 pip salute. 1500 degrees Celsius. We're still going. We're still going. Going through water, which was probably a mistake. I should probably ask a bunch of chips to come down here and mop up everything. Because pumping through water is suddenly a really silly idea. Heat overlay. Yeah, my insulated pipe there is at -2 degrees. Compared to 11 over there. And 17 over here. 1500 degrees. It's still liquid. It's still liquid. It's still liquid. And it pours out as liquid. So we are going to end up cooling this little pool of liquid here we have right here. But we are now pumping magma from one volcano to the other. And our poor little pump over here, even though it's dealing with 1700 degrees magma, it's only at 50 degrees. Everything's fine. It doesn't overheat till 75 degrees. And it has like 500 plus kilos to pump out still. So it's got a little while to go. It is going to slowly overheat. We're not in a perfect vacuum, but we're pretty close. So the heat that's in that mini pump is not from the magma, because it's not actually touching the magma. That's an important clarification I have to add. It's not actually touching the magma because it's in an almost vacuum, not quite a vacuum. Actually, let's make it a vacuum. Just a point, push the point home. Vacuum, fill. Let's go to gas overlay so you can see this really quick. Gas, paint. Okay, paint. Nope. Empty. No. Okay, try that again because it liquefied the moment I changed everything to a plumbing. Let's go. Probably 9 again. Whack that back there. We're gonna have to have another duplicate come down and rebuild it. Overheat damage. Yeah, you rapidly heat it up because I changed everything to a vacuum. Nope. We've got another gas in here again. Fill. Oh, because I set the vacuum to really hot. Which is technically shouldn't matter, but it does sometimes in debug menu. Okay. Deconstruct. Okay. BV Gop's going to bring in our plastic. Are you going to build it as well? No. Another dupe's going to come and build it. Super Tux. Building gas pump right there. And out of obsidian. Nope, gave up. Kendrith is going to come build it. BV Gorp's going to come build it. So we're in a perfect vacuum now because I vacuumed the room out with debug menu. I could have just left this run for a couple of cycles. And here we are going again. So we're pumping now. As you can see, we're still in a vacuum in this room. It's 100% vacuum sealed. So this liquid pump is not interacting with the liquid below it at all. In fact, I can even sample this magma and paint in another, however many that mass that was, 1.6 kilos. Oh no, 1600 kilos of magma. Not an issue. It's not actually interacting with it. What it is doing is, oh, you've got a little bit of liquid right there. Molten lead. Oh. Yeah, your power cable overheated. And if you had automation... No, you didn't. Malt, Priority 9. Yeah, I melted the lead. Which is now overheating the gas pump. Alright, tip number 3 when it comes to that up there. So, what's happening is this pump is running and it is producing 500 duplicate thermal units worth of heat. And that little bit of heat adds up over time. And this is what's actually causing this mini pump to slowly, ever so slowly, it's going to liquefy. Put the gas pump back. Do a sweep command right there. I don't have anywhere set up for molten lead. You, liquids. Molten lead, please. My lead will get taken over there, put out of the bottle emptier, and hit this great pool of liquid we have down here, and instantly re-solidify into lead. So yeah, we are slowly pumping out magma, because why not? It's something I'm probably going to leave in. But yeah, even over here... What did you say you changed that? 1410? 1410, yeah. So we're pumping magma from one side to the other. It is going to reduce the amount of heat we have in here just slightly, because we have dropped the temperature of that magma by like 200 degrees between one and the other. But, you know, why not? Let's do something different. Anyway, that's really going to be it for this episode. I just want to do something special, something a little bit weird. This will keep running until the liquid pump overheats. And in the meantime, I'm going to leave our 2 rockets up here, which are just... Actually, no, there's one other thing I wanted to do. We're going to build a refinement, a molecular forge, right there, with a wire bridge over the top. And then... Actually, I need that done first before I can rearrange power. The only bro cannot, because... Undock suit. Because I loaded the game and it didn't look at the doors. And the only bro is not allowed up there. And nor are you allowed up here. And it also means there's a chance that you guys have got access... No, you haven't got access into the base. No. Yeah, when I load the game, it doesn't always decide to load the door permissions as well, which is causing a bit of frustration. But yeah, we're going to build a molecular forge, because yeah, my plan is I'm probably not going to see you guys for probably about 100 cycles, just because we've had such big construction tasks. Why is that? Oh. The steam's not moving. I need to change you to if above 130. Yeah, I need the actual steam moving the loop, otherwise bad things happen. Yeah, and I have to do some other modifications in here. One there, one there. Ceramic in through there, in through there. Yeah, stuff like that. Stuff like those pauses is something I need to do something about. Long and the short of it is there's been such big construction tasks that happened in the last 5 episodes or so that I really need to have the duplicates play catch up. I need to get them to do a lot of the sweeping tasks to clean up some of the base. I need to have them do a lot of these mopping tasks. There's just a lot of things that they need to do around the base to try and bring the performance levels back up. In theory, the latest update did fix a couple of issues I've got. But but not all of them. So, oh, that rocket's back. You can start doing consumable ore, oxalate. So, I did get the rockets back up and running. They have 2 conveyor receptacles either side. One is for oxalate. So the oxalate is literally gantry. Oh, the gantry's broken. Okay. Weird things happen when the game loads and saves. Like these were turned off. Either way, what we're doing is we're bringing our oxalate up. It's sitting... You're broken. Oh. Which means that's not full. Yeah, that needs to be repaired. Now. Anyway. So. I'm going to leave my rockets running. They're just going to keep looping back and forth. They're going to keep bringing back what little they bring back in the way of resources. If we look under rare resources, we have 220 kilos worth of iso resin. Insulation requires 15 kilos worth of iso resin. And 80 kilos worth of abyssalite for 100 kilos of insulation. Insulation is only good if you're making an insulated tile out of insulation, which I can't even... I can't even show until I've made some. So, and insulated tiles cost 400 kilos. So I actually need, what's that? 60 kilos? 60 kilos for one tile, which is going to be an awful lot of iso resin I need to go get from space. So I'm going to leave these rockets doing that continuously. Now that's done, that should be able to auto-filled up. One of the things was in the update is now duplicants won't attempt to carry like 30 grams of oxalate into your solid fuel thrusters over and over and over. It should just work. So that's a nice change. And what was the other update? Auto sweepers should also do the same. So it was 100 kilos of iron. I need to tick that, actually. That's what I did wrong. Allow manual use. Yeah, duplicates can use those boxes. Please. Nope. Goodbye, dupe. Yeah, the idea is you come to here. You come to here and you grab stuff. You've gone to that box to get the oxalate rather than this one right beside you. Oh. Any particular reason, tubes? Any at all? It's ready to launch, so even though it's still waiting for deliveries, because it was ready to launch, it's just going to launch. Unfortunately, somebody decided to dump oxalate out in space, which is going to off-gas just about instantly. And we're still going to make things awfully toasty in here. But, even for all their toastiness, our bunker tiles are getting up to sub 400 degrees, which means hopefully our petroleum doesn't boil off till 550, so we should be good there. And yeah, that should just run non-stop. So, that's happening, and our molecular forge, we're literally going to have it run supercoolant non-stop, which requires fullerene at 100 grams. So, we can make 300 kilos of supercoolant currently, and insulation, same story. We can make just about nothing. The other one we can make is viscogel. Viscogel is a special type of liquid that you can actually, it stacks one on top of itself. Really, really good for making airlocks. Anyway, that's going to be pretty much it. Our pump still hasn't overheated yet. No, it's going to have, it's going to be good for about 5 cycles. And then, of course, it will implode. You can do the same thing with a steel pump. It's a little bit more tricky to do. But you definitely can do the thing with a steel pump. Steel pump, remember, has a overheat temperature of 275 degrees Celsius. 75 plus 200, yeah, 275. So it gives you a much larger headroom, i.e. you don't have to replace it nearly as often. But yeah, we just want to do something a little bit different. Just pump magma from one volcano to another. Anyway, that's where I'm going to leave it here. I'm going to go spend 50 or 100 cycles just doing a general mop of everything. They've finished digging out the last of our natural tiles. We are losing a lot of oxygen out here, so I might even enclose that. But yeah, there's just a few jobs the duplicates need to get around to. Anyway, I'm going to leave it here. Thank you guys so much for watching. Do hope you've enjoyed. And I really hope to see you guys in the next episode where hopefully we go about actually getting petroleum rockets up and running. And depending on how many cycles it's run and how much supercoolant we've managed to mass produce, we might even be at the stage where we have enough we can start looking at liquid oxygen and liquid hydrogen, at which point I can remove this solid fuel thruster entirely and swap it out with a liquid oxygen alternative, which might get us a second cargo bay. I honestly haven't looked. Anyway, I'm gonna leave it there. Thank you guys so much for watching. Do hope you enjoyed. See you guys in the next one. Alright, bye.